The new release on Canva just made it easier for you to create stick figure videos like this. Alright, so let me walk you through the process of how I created this animation. This is my board right here with all the images I used and all the sounds I used. Now, to create the animation, you need to make a new project and you would select the video kind of project. Yes, so you create new design and choose video, but I'm not going to do that since I already have one open. Now for this image, which is a scene of the soldiers of Philistine and Israel, I used Canva AI to generate it, and this is the prompt I used. Minimalist black and white stick figure drawing style inspired by hand-drawn doodles, smooth, organic line art with slightly varied pressure, stroke width about 2 pixels, clean vector lines but with subtle imperfections for a natural sketch look. Yeah, round heads, thin limbs, simple. Man, I mean, this very prompt is what makes the character look how they look. Yeah, so if you like to have this prompt, just make a comment at the in the bottom of this video and I'm going to share the prompt with you. So these are the images I generated. Give me 4 images and I chose one. I think this is the one I chose. Now this image, you can, if you don't like it, you can make the prompt, maybe copy the prompt and tweak some stuff in it to create a new kind of image, or you can even edit the image right in the editor. But instead of downloading it and then uploading, so what I just do is to copy the image, and then come into your video project that you have opened and just paste it right into it. Yeah, just like so. And then once you do that, you can remove the background of the image. So that is how I created this first image, and then expanded it. I expanded it so that I can animate the image to look like so. So for the animation, I did a manual animation. So let me go back to that. Click on animate. and then I already created a path, so you can see the path right here. But let me paste in a new one and show you how that works. Okay, this is the image I just added right now. Yeah, you can see how that is rotating. Yeah, I like to delete that path and undo all I have done. So basically, when you have an object to animate, you just create a new path. So let's say this path was not existing and I want this image to move from left to right. Once this is open, I have the manual. So there are some presets here, but if you don't want to use any of those, you just click on create animation and then you drag the image this way, something like this, until it gets to this point. Then the movement style, you can choose smooth, something like this. Yeah, but not just to distort what I've done earlier. So I'll just undo all of that and restore it to how it was originally. Now for the beginning sound, so this is how the sound, this is like that is a horn sound. You can come to the library here on Canva and look for war horn, then switch to audio. This is one. But if you don't find the kind of image, or I mean the sound you want, you can also try Pixabay, because they have a couple of good sounds right there that you can use. But you need to be careful with sounds from Pixabay, because this video, there is a particular sound I used that when I published on YouTube, it was flagged for copyright and I had to erase the sound from the uploaded video, even though it's existing here in the original one. So you just put the sound, arrange it where you want it to be at. While this is another sound right here, and this is my voiceover that I generated from 11 Labs. So this is just a text right here. This is it here. Now this is another image that was generated with Canva AI. So I think it's somewhere around here. Sometimes you might need to adjust your prompt until you get the kind of image you want here. This is it right here. This is the image, and here is the prompt I used to generate it. I mean, Canva AI just makes it very easy for you to create stick figure animation. Before, when you wanted to make one, you were stuck with whatever you have in the whatever you have here. So this used to be the process before. You search for stick figure and switch to graphics. So these are the assets that Canva itself has, and that was a limitation. But now with Canva AI, you don't have to limit yourself to that. You have more to do. Yeah. So once you generate your stick figure, you just click on it and copy the image, then bring it to your animation and remove the background. So for the animation, that is just like a zoom that I used for this. I think, okay, breathe, that is the animation for that. And I had another sound here. You can get your sound from the elements library or from Pixabay if you like. So this is a sound effect third. and I think that third is just here on Canva. I mean, most of the stuff I used were on Canva itself. I'm trying to get the exact name of the third I used. Okay. This is another image generated with the Canva AI. No, somewhere around here. This is the image right here. That is what I used. And I added an animate shake zoom. So between the slides, I don't have any transition. That is for the first one, but between this slide and this, there is a transition of flow, right? So flow from here to here. This image also generated with Canva AI, somewhere around here. So this is one image and this is another. The reason for that is for me to animate the background and make it look like, create a form of movement, while the image of David itself is just sitting, right? So that's one of the reasons you have to remove the background. So there's no overlap. The white on this doesn't cover up this, even though there are two images. But if I didn't remove the background, this would have been full white, and the sheep showing at the background here wouldn't have been visible. So for this, the animate effect is drift, while the image of David itself did not have any animation. And for the sound, this is the one I got from, this is a clip I cut from 11 Labs. So scene by scene, I just used the mp3 file, I mean the sound file, and cut it so it's not just one long file. And then the sound below it, this is the sound of a sheep. Yeah, I think I got that also from Canva. Then a background music starts from here. I think that was the sound that YouTube. Okay, so this is another image gotten from Canva AI, somewhere around there, somewhere here. Okay, yeah. And for the animate of the image, it's still a custom animate. So just move it. See the line right here. This is the path, and this is static. This is also another image. So about 3 images. All of them were not. They were created from Canva Animate. This is a call out shape that you can find in Canva right here. Under elements. Switch to graphics, and you can see it already. There are many you can use. Why, this is a text that I just wrote inside and grouped both the text and the call out together. The text itself also has an animation effect. I could make the text, I could make it type out. Let's go to animate and do something like this, like typewriter or ascend or shift, even though I didn't do that for it. Just going to undo. Yeah, so there's an animate on this to make it look like it was speaking, and that is flicker. This is also a custom animation. Now I made the image of the ship go as far out of the scene as it can, so it looks like after David got here, the ship trailed it and came after it. That is also a custom animate. See the path right here. This same scene, this is just a duplication of the very first slide so that the animation can be retained of the soldier, since it's just exactly the same thing that was going to happen. And then I added a sound. This is a noise, mob panic. It's on Canva here. And this is the voiceover. This is the background sound. This same image of Goliath, that is what I used in the previous slide to give a consistency. This is another image right here of a rock. No, with Canva you can also erase. So I got an image that has a rock, so I had to erase some part of it to have just the rock left out, and then I layered it upon this image. This is another image here, another one. Yeah, so that is how that was formed. This image was also gotten from Canva AI. By the way, every image I used, they are all here. You can see it right here. Okay, that is another sound, shofar blast. This was gotten from Pixabay, shofar blast. And for this, now this is not an image, this is a video, but it was also generated with Canva AI right here. Let me show you the prompt. This is the video here, even though, so you don't see this part of it because I cropped the image. If you come over to crop here and you expand this, I think I've edited it so much you can't find that. But anyway, this was generated with Canva AI, and the video, I think the video has some limits and I reached the limit for that. And this is what I used. This is the prompt I used. I had a style anchor, had a character anchor, framing anchor, and scene description. By the way, this was generated with ChatGPT. Yep. So I'm going to close this and undo. So it's just the same video right here that you also find here, but I used a transition here, transition of dissolve, to make it look like it's the same. The guy David kept on running even though nothing happened, and then another transition from here to this. That's, I think that should be flow. Okay, that's flow. And I had just a regular sun element right here, and this is David, the same image of Goliath. This image was also generated with Canva AI. And there's a shout here. This is human scream. Yeah, that is what I added here to give it this effect. While the image itself has animate effect of shake, zoom. So for this, this is one image. This is one image of David holding a stone and shake zoom, but it was short to give it an effect of there was a throw, even though there was nothing like that. So there wasn't a transition between this and this. Now I cropped this image. I cropped it from this one right here. This is the same image. In this slide, I cropped every other part and left this, and then made it start from the very point that David was standing. So you have a duplication of this, but I cropped where David was standing. I cropped his body away. So this is just the same point where the stone was on this slide. That is where it was on this slide. So what I did was to crop his body away and then animate this with this path. Look at the path right here. It goes to the very end of the screen, and still duplicated that same slide, but made just to give it an effect of it going. Yeah, so animated it from, copy that same stone and animated it from that point onto the head of Goliath. So if you click on the path now, this is it here. You see, click on animate, you see the path right here, and then the slide after that is just black to give this suspense feeling and to make it look like something had happened. So that is cricket sound right there. So that's another image generated with Canva AI. I hope this was helpful to you. If you liked the video, please hit the like button, and if you want more tutorials like this, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you, and I hope to see you again.